My name is Elena. Welcome to my crochet fashion world. Today we are gonna crochet this kimono cardigan. I designed it to be lacy, elegant, playful, simplistic, but in the same time sophisticated. This is my type of clothes. I like to wear something elegant but not plain. To make this cardigan I used 5 skeins of Premier yarns. I'm not gonna butcher the name. You guys are gonna see it in the tutorial in a close-up. I actually thought I'm gonna use only 4, and that's what I said in the tutorial, but I ended up not having enough yarn for this much of a sleeve, so I had to buy a whole new skein just to finish my sleeve. So for sizes extra small, small, medium, I would say large. No, I'm not saying large. You will need 5 skeins. Large, extra large and up, you guys are gonna have to buy 6 or 7, totally depending on you. Also, the amount of yarn will depend on how long you want the cardigan. Mine comes all the way down to the knees. Also, the length of the sleeves, I planned to make it 3/4, but it ended up being a little longer. That's fine. Again, it depends on how long you want your sleeve. For the measurements, you will need the circumference of the widest part of your body, whether it's your bust or your hips, and you are gonna have to divide that by 2. Whatever amount you are gonna have, that's gonna be your back. I would probably add an inch on both sides because you want your cardigan to be a little loose, not absolutely fit. So let's say the circumference of my hips is 100 centimeters. I divided by 2, it's 50 centimeters, but I would add, let's say, 2 or 3 centimeters on each side, so I'd make it not 50 but 54 or 56. That's for the back. For the front, you would divide your back panel, let's say 54 or 56, by 2, and you will make the 2 front panels. And at the end, you would add the borders, and that would make your sides a tad even larger. But because I didn't put any buttons, it really doesn't matter how wide the cardigan is. It's not supposed to be fit and snuggle, so you can play with the width of the panels, totally up to you. You can play with the length of the panels, totally up to you. And this is one of the ways how I would wear this kimono cardigan with a belt if you want to look a little more elegant for a job or for a certain setting where you have to look a little more put together, or if you want to wear it without a belt for more relaxed and casual style. Looks good to me anyway. I bought this yarn at AC Moore. I'm not sure if it's available in Michaels or Joann's. We don't have a Joann's here, and honestly I never go to Michaels or Hobby Lobby. Check those stores if you don't have AC Moore. I know AC Moore is mostly on the East Coast, but I will also put the link to Premier Yarns, so you can buy this yarn online. They constantly have some good deals going on, so check them out if you want to make your cardigan in exactly the same yarn with exactly the same tools that I used. If you're ready to create your own lacy, elegant kimono cardigan, please give this video a thumbs up, grab your yarn, crochet hook, let's get to work. Before we begin, this is the chart. It's going to be pinned down in the description box. It's going to take you to my Pinterest board. This picture is cropped on this side, so you are not going to be able to see how the rows, certain rows start on this side. So I basically improvised and used whatever is on this side. Anyhow, if you can read charts, you should be comfortable reading this chart. As for the yarn, I did initially buy 3 skeins, and then I realized that that's not going to be enough. I bought the 4th one. When you buy this yarn, okay, let's start with the details. So it's Premier Yarns. This is the name. I'm not gonna butcher it. This is the additional information that you are gonna need to know about this yarn. It requires a 3.25mm hook but I used my 375 because I felt like 325 is a little too small for a lacy design, the one that I was using. I bought my yarn at AC Moore, but if you don't have that store around or near you, there is the website you can purchase the yarn from. I know that they ship only within the US. So if you're from a different country, just try to find something similar. Okay, another thing I wanted to touch base is the lot number. So these 3 skeins that I bought, they are lot number 1705. When I picked up this one, I didn't pay attention to the lot number. This one is 5798. It does have a slight difference. Back to the chart. So the repeat is 20 chains. For my size, for size small, for the back, I chained 120. It's the base. Then plus 1, that will count as a single crochet. Then plus 5. And let me explain you. So that's my 120. Then you would need 1 to count as a single crochet, and then the chain 5 arch, so basically 126. For the front sides, they're gonna be identical. I chained 69 plus 1 and plus 5, and here I wrote a note, single crochet into the 11th chain back. And I just like to be on the safe side. Even though I have the exact number of chains here, I will still chain a little extra. So instead of 75, I will just chain maybe 77 or 79, and whatever is going to be extra, I will undo it. Alright, we're starting with a slip knot. And I will chain, as I said, 78. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are my 78 chains. Now we are gonna put a single crochet into the 11th chain back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like so. And from now on we're gonna be chaining 5, skip 3, single crochet into the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the 4th. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the 4th. These are the little arches, and repeat the same steps all the way till the end of the row. Here I put my last arch, and yes, my math was correct. I needed only 75 chains, but because I chained 78, I have 3 extra. So I'm just going to undo it. And just undo the knot and you know, kind of work it backwards. Just pull the yarn gently. And there is my last one, so I just pull it tightly. There we go. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet into the middle of the first arch. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the middle of the second arch. And chain 5 again. And single crochet into the middle of the third arch. Now you have 2.5 arches. The chain 3 will count as the first double crochet, and 2 more arches. Now we're gonna put our first shell of 7 double crochets into the next arch. So yarn over and put 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and single crochet into the next arch, like so. Now the repeat starts. Chain 5, single crochet into the next arch, chain 5, single crochet into the next arch. We have 2 arches, we need 1 more, chain 5, and single crochet into the next arch. So 3 arches in between your fans, and 7 double crochets into the next arch. To finish this row, I just put my 7 double crochets, single crochet into the next arch, chain 5, single crochet into the next, chain 5, single crochet into the middle of the last arch, and as we had 2.5 in the beginning, this is how I am going to finish. I will chain 3. Now we need to put a double crochet, so I will count 3 chains from this one. 1, 2, 3. These were the ones that we would skip, and this would be counted as a single crochet. So I will put a double crochet in it, basically into the 4th chain from this single crochet to the left. And this is row number 2. This row starts with a single crochet, so we will chain 1 and single crochet into the very first stitch, chain 5, single crochet into the middle of the next arch, chain 5 again, and single crochet into the middle of the next arch. So now we have 2 arches. When you come to the shell of 7, we will put another 7 double crochets on top of these 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, like so, and connect to the middle of the next arch. So these 3 arches now will transform into 2, or 2 arches on top of them. So chain 5, single crochet into the middle of the next arch, chain 5 again, and single crochet into the middle of the next arch, like so. And the repeat starts. 7 double crochets on top of these 7 double crochets. And as we come till the end of this row, we will chain 5, single crochet into the middle of the arch, chain 5 again, and put a single crochet into the 4th chain from the previous row. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is the end of row number 3. This is how it looks like. Well, 2 arches in between the fans and 2 arches at the end. Turn the work. Row number 4 starts like a row number 2. We will chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet into the middle of the first arch. Then chain 5. Single crochet into the middle of the next arch. Now we will put the same 7 double crochets. This time we will separate them with chain 1. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and so on. We need our fan to expand a little bit. Just make sure count your double crochets. They are 7, not more, not less. 6 and 7, like so. Single crochet into the arch, and basically this is the finished repeat. And now the repeat starts. Chain 5, single crochet into the next arch. Now you can see the arches. We started 4, 3, 2, this is 1, the last one, and 7 double crochets separated by chain 1. And you're gonna repeat the pattern till the end of this row. To finish this row, single crochet into the next arch, so you finished the fan, chain 5, single crochet into the middle of the last arch, and chain 3, and put a double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row. And this is the end of row number 4. Like so. Turn the work. We'll start row number 5. Starts the same like row number 3. Chain 1 and put a single crochet into the very first stitch. Skip this chain 3 and put 7 double crochets into the arch. So we're starting a new fan here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Put a single crochet in between the first and second double crochets. Chain 5. Put a single crochet between the third and fourth. 1, 2, 3. So single crochet here. Chain 5 again. Single crochet into the very next space. Chain 5. Skip this space and put a single crochet into the last space between the 6th and 7th double crochet. Then move to the arch and put 7 double crochets. It's our repeat starting. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, single crochet between the first and second double crochets. So single crochet between them. Chain 5. Skip this space, single crochet into the next space, chain 5, single crochet into the next space, chain 5, keep a space and single crochet between the 6th and 7th double crochets, and move on to the arch with 7 double crochets and repeat till the end of the row. To finish the row, we will put 7 double crochets into the last arch, four, 5, 6, 7, and we will put a single crochet into the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3 into the 4th, and that is row number 5. You can see that we're done with these fans. Now we put arches there, and we have new arches forming in between the fans. Turn the work, chain 3, that will count as the first double crochet. And here I modified it a little bit because it's confusing in the chart. So we need 7 double crochets on top of these 7 double crochets, but because chain 3 will count as 1, so we will put our second double crochet into the first double crochet of the fan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last double crochet, just skip it. Don't put anything on top of it. Move to the arch. Just single crochet into the arch. So you have 7 double crochets. And chain 5. Single crochet into the arch. Chain 5 again, move to the next arch, and here we'll just put 7 double crochets on top of these 7 double crochets, and that's how the repeat goes. Okay, when you come to the end, remember we skipped the last double crochet. Go ahead and skip the first one. Well, now since you're counting from right to left, that's going to be the first one, and move to the second, so you total with 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one is gonna go on top of the single crochet from the previous row. 7. And that is the end of row number 7. Here they have the same exact situation, a little confusing. So we're starting with chain 3, that counts as the first double crochet, and chain 1, that counts as a chain 1 in between. You already know that we have to put 7 double crochets separated by chain 1. So there is our first double crochet, chain 1, into the next, second double crochet, chain 1, third chain 1, fourth chain 1, fifth chain 1, and sixth. So 1 double crochet remains untouched. This is how they show us that we need only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah? Row number 7. And then we move directly into the arch, put a single crochet, chain 5, single crochet into the next arch, and here is going to be without any changes, 7 double crochets with chain 1 in between. That part is easy. 1, 2. As we come to the end, we remember that the last one, the last double crochet, was unused, so we're skipping it and moving on to the next. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2, chain 1, 3, 4, 5 goes into the last double crochet, chain 1, and the 6th one goes on top of the chain 3 into the 3rd chain from the previous row. And that is the end of row number 7. Turn the work and we start row number 8. For that we will chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the 2nd space, chain 5, single crochet into the next space, chain 5, skip the space and single crochet into the next, like so. And we're starting a new shell into this arch. 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Reminds you of something, right? We had 3 spaces here, we have 3 spaces here, so row number 8 is the repeat of row number 1. Alright, moving on, we're gonna put a single crochet between the 1st and 2nd double crochets, kind of finishing this arch, chain 5, skip this space, single crochet to the next, chain 5, and we've done this already, but you know, just repeat it. Single crochet into the very next space, chain 5, skip a space and single crochet in between the 6th and 7th double crochets. And the repeat starts. Put 7 double crochets into the next arch. Okay, once you've put the last 7 double crochets into the last arch that you had, single crochet into the first space, and my neighbors are up, so if you hear them, I apologize. Chain 5, 3, 4, 5, skip this space, put a single crochet into the next, chain 5, a single crochet into the very next space, and chain 2, and put a double crochet into the 3rd chain from the previous row. 1, 2, 3. And that is the end of row number 8. Now turn the work and rewind the video to where we made row number 3, right here, and you basically are gonna be repeating the whatever we did in row number 3. And yeah, this is how you're gonna keep going, repeating the rows one after another until you reach the desired length of your cardigan. And I will meet you back when I will be done with this panel. Okay friends, before we are gonna sew the panel together with the back, we need to make a border on the panel. So so both of your panels are the same. We are gonna have to make sure they're on the same side, so one is not on the right side and the other on the wrong side. So what I like to look like right here, this one is back, front, back on this shell. So here I would need to have the same, and that's what it is, back, front, back, because sometimes you can put it the opposite way and then you're gonna have the sides are just not gonna be even For someone who is not professional, they might not be able to see it, but those who are experienced, you guys are going to be able to see it. So this is how the layout is going to be, and I'm going to start the panel from the top, then go down, then go around the corner and finish on this side, and then go back and then come again. So 3 rows of double crochets, but make sure lay it down first and start at the neckline and then finish on the side, then back and then to the side. To start the border, we will make a slip knot, and you would join somewhere in the corner. So I would just find a spot and pull through. And chain 3, that will count as the first double crochet. Also, I will tie these 2 tails together so I know that my work is secure. And from now on I will continue. And I will be putting double crochets in, kind of try to spread them evenly. So most of the times on the sides we will have double crochets. So at least 2 would go into the double crochet. Just kind of eye it. So here I had a double crochet, so I'll put double crochet into one side. And it will be a little struggle on picking the strings, but you can do it. And then the second one would go onto the bottom part of the double crochet. And then moving on, here, see we chained 2, or yeah, I think it was a chain of 2. So I would put 2 double crochets, 1 in each chain. And into the second. Then next was a single crochet. I'm gonna put a double crochet into it. Then we have a chain of 3, but I want to keep it evenly, so I will just put only 2 double crochets into that space. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there is a gap, so we're gonna have to, go back and actually put 3 so we don't have any gaps. And try not to pick only one piece of yarn. I like to pick at least 2 pieces of yarn so it's more secure. And there we have 3 into the space. So yeah, just use your judgment, and I will meet you when I get to the corner. Usually a total of 3 double crochets into the corner is enough to get us to this row. So we have 1, and I will be working this tail in as well. So I'm just gonna be keeping it behind the row. Now we have 1, let's put 2, 3. So total of 3 double crochets is enough to make a turn. And now we will be putting double crochets in each chain till the end of this row. That's gonna be very easy. We don't have to improvise. We'll just be going. Into each chain, like so. And I will meet you right here at the end of this row. Do not go any farther. I'm coming to the end of this row, and we're just gonna put double crochets all the way till the end into each chain. and this is the last one. So now is gonna come the easiest part. You have this L shape of double crochets. This side is gonna be sewn to the back panel. This is your top, and this is your bottom, and the where would buttons go if you had the buttons. So now you are gonna turn the work, and you are gonna put double crochets in each double crochet all the way around, like so. Just keep going. When you get to the corner, I will just explain only this part. Okay, so this is our group of 3. What we're gonna do is gonna put 2 double crochets into the first one. Then we're gonna put 1 double crochet into the middle one, and 2 double crochets into the third one. Maybe this is gonna be enough. And then just 1 double crochet in each. I hope that's gonna be better. Let's try again. And if it doesn't work for you, undo it and put 2 double crochets in each one of the 3. But it looks like mine is fine, so that it doesn't curve, it stays flat. And to not waste your time, so you're gonna go all the way up where you started. You're gonna turn the work and start going down to the corner, and I'll meet you at the corner because there is nothing really here. You kind of already know what to do. Alright, there it is. So I will put, this is the V from the previous row, so I'll put 2 double crochets into the first double crochet of that V, then 2 more, two double crochets on top of the second double crochet. Then I'm gonna put 1 on top of the 1 double crochet, and here we have the second V. I will put 2 and 2, and we will see if that's gonna work. And I will put a couple of double crochets, 1 in each stitch, and the next maybe 3-4 stitches, and see, yep, it's flat. So I'm just gonna finish this row right here, and then we're gonna be ready to sew this panel to the cardigan. Now turn the cardigan back to the right side, and we will start at the armpit, just like I started here. So make sure you're facing the right side, and with a slip knot we will join at the armpit. So I would join into the stitch to the left from the where you sewed the parts together, and chain 3. That will count as our first double crochet. Actually 4, chain 4, because I used trebles for that. Then add 2 more trebles, one right next to each other, to the other. So 1 and 2. You're gonna have to kind of pinpoint again where you're gonna place your stitches. Then chain 1 and skip what is approximately 1 chain or 1 stitch, and put a group of 3 into the next one, 3 trebles. Come on, refuses to cooperate. 1, and then right next to it, let me zoom even more in, maybe that's gonna help a little bit. So right next to it I would put the second one, and this first row round, this time is round. It's gonna be a little more difficult until you manage to put the base. Then chain 1, and again skip what would be like a chain 1, and then put 3 more. It's a little tough to find them, and I keep forgetting that I need trebles, not double crochets. If you want to do double crochets, there is nothing wrong in it. I just wanted to finish it faster, so I used trebles. And how do I hook this in? All right. Second, and the third one right next to it. This, then again chain 1, skip what would look like a 1 chain, and another group of 3 trebles next to each other. And this is how you are gonna go all the way around. I'm not gonna be bothering you by, you know, counting however I count. You can count the way you want. So you're gonna go all the way around the full circle, and I will meet you at the end. A quick tip here, guys, when you get to the seam on the shoulders, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So on one side I have 11 groups. I will do my best to have 11 groups on this side. So you end up with the equal amount of groups on your entire sleeve. And I did count the groups on my other sleeve. It was exactly the same. It's going to be easier for you to keep up and have equal sleeves. The width will be the same exact. So you don't have to wonder if you have enough or not. And this is the end of this round. So I will chain 1 and slip stitch into the chain 4, into the 4th chain from the top. So I ended up with 22 groups, 11 and 11. And now it's gonna be very easy. What I like to do is turn this and slip stitch back into the space and turn it back. So I didn't want to slip stitch all the way into the next space, so I turned it back and slip stitched here. And then I will chain 4, that will count as the first treble, and add 2 more trebles into that space. Chain 1 and put another group of trebles into the next space. And this is how we are going to be going around. So the sleeve is just, you know, we are not going to be increasing, decreasing anything. It's going to be a straight tube like, and yeah, and the pattern is going to be repeating itself. And this is the finished sleeve where I went, you know, just going circle and circle and circle. I ended up with 23 rounds. But it's a quarter sleeve, so make the sleeve as long as you want. It's totally up to you. And I just ended the sleeve. I think I'm not gonna be showing this because it's basic. When you've done with the last round and you think you're finished, I just put 3 rounds of single crochets into each stitch. And I apologize for this truck that is getting on my nerves, but I cannot kick the neighbors out. So yeah, just finished with as many rounds of single crochets as you want. And despite the fact that I chained or single crocheted into each stitch, it still ended up being a little you know, rounded, which I like very much. If you are craftsy, just you can add a button here or a bow, just decorate it however you want. But yeah, this is pretty much it for the sleeve. Alright, let's see what we can do about the collar part. I will probably just put a couple of rows, maybe 2, not more, because I don't want it too large. I would start with the left corner, so the rows are facing me. Slip knot. and join here at the beginning. I think if I would have put the border at the very end, that would have been nicer. This way I would have had one border flowing, so I would have started, you know, in one corner and went around. But this is my first cardigan, so we're gonna work with what we have. And joining just in, as I said, in the corner right here where I have a tail. Grab a couple of strings of yarn and chain 2. They will count as the first double crochet, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tie this in a knot. So the tails don't fall apart. Then I will add another double crochet, then something right here where the double crochet started, then another one. So basically 2 double crochets in vertical, in horizontal one, and there is the 3rd double crochet, so we will put 2 double crochets in it. Okay, once this, I want to try and keep this part straight as straight as possible, so I'll put a double crochet here where the fan started, and I want to try to make this fan kind of gathered together. So I see here 2 chains. I will skip the next one and single crochet into the next, and try to memorize what you're doing or write down so this part is exactly the same. And then I will put double crochet into the double crochet, and I will skip the chain 1 and put a double crochet into the double crochet, and do the same again. Skip the chain 1 and skip the chain 1 and put double crochet on top of the double crochet. So next I'm gonna put a double crochet into the next stitch and a double crochet into the double crochet, trying to keep it evenly distributed, and then double crochet into the next. Here I have a chain 5, so I will put a double crochet next to it and then skip 1 and put 2 more, so I'm skipping only the middle chain. Now for the sides of the collar. Now I will have to gather these together. If I put double crochets in each of the chains, the collar is gonna be standing up and or flaring. You don't want that. So usually when you come to the corners, you want to gather them together. So I will put unfinished double crochets in each stitch. So 2, 3, and 3 on this side. 1, 2, and 3. So as many double crochets you put on one side, you have to put the same amount of double crochet on the other side. So I have 6 unfinished double crochets plus the chain from here, so 7 chains. I will yarn over and pull the yarn through all of them. And let me put a few double crochets and I will show you how it looks like. And the double crochet into the space, and a double crochet on top of the double crochet, and into the next chain, and then we come to chain 5. So I'm gonna put 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and then skip the next chain and put 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, let me show you the side. See how gathered it looks like? If we would have put them separately without putting them together, or all 6 crocheting with the same top, here we would have had like a huge gap, and this would have been standing up. This way it's going to be laying on your shoulder without flaring. Now here for the back we have the fans that we need to kind of gather together. We don't want it that spread, so we will put double crochet, skip this one, not put the double crochet into the space, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, again skip the space, double crochet into the next double crochet. And if, as far as I remember, we had 7 here, 7 double crochets. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep putting double crochets only on top of the double crochets without chaining in between, so I can gather the fan back together. Like so. It still looks like gaps in between, but there are no chains in between the double crochets, and this way it won't stretch too much. So double crochet into the next, and again we came to the arch, so we will just put 2 double crochets in each of the next 2. So 1 1, then skip the middle chain, and again 2 double crochets. And there we go, another fan again, so double crochet on top of the double crochet. And on top of this one. And now we're gonna have to put again 3 and 3. So yarn over, double crochet, don't finish it, into the space, second, don't finish it, into the double crochet, third, don't finish it, and moving on to the other side of the seam. Double crochet into the double crochet, into the space, and into the double crochet, and yarn over and pull through all stitches, and yarn over and move into the double crochet, and then into the next double crochet. And here, God help me remember what I did on this side, so I'm just gonna try to mimic it exactly, or mirror image it exactly what I did on that on the other side. And this was it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed learning something new. Please share this video with everybody else you know, that helps me a lot. And other than that, have a fantastic week. I will see you next Sunday. Bye bye.